Hi guys! So my name is Miss Winnie, and I am so excited to get to speak with you today a little bit about my experiences from high school to now and kind of how they have shaped me and gotten me to where I am today. So that is kind of what I will be going over. So starting off first, part one is high school. I attended a pretty small high school in the Valley named Chandler Prep. It was a small little charter school. In fact, my graduating class was only about 85. Of High School. So I went to that high school for all 4 years, and my parents specifically wanted me to get some college readiness skills, and I would say for the most part I was pretty ready for college. Here are a few pictures or memories from high school. So the bottom left corner is a picture from graduation. I'm actually in the first row, right there. And like I said, our graduating class was pretty tiny. I mean, we could fit in the corner of the gym fairly easily. And in the top right corner, there is a picture of me and one of my teachers from our senior dinner night. So one of the perks definitely of going to such a small school was I got to build really awesome relationships both with other students in my class but also with my teachers. So this teacher specifically, she was my advisor too throughout my senior thesis. So she worked pretty closely with me on my senior thesis and helped me out there. And she also wrote and talked about me during the senior dinner. So that was really nice. Definitely recommend making relationships and getting to know your teachers because they can really help you as you progress through life. Part two is college. So after graduating from Chandler Prep, I moved to Flagstaff and started going to NAU. And I started to study elementary and special education with a minor in Spanish. I, in fact, just graduated in the spring with those majors. So here is a little bit more about my journey. So specifically, I think that my true journey with education didn't begin until I started college. I went in wanting to be a teacher, but not really having any real experience working with kids. So that was definitely something I knew I wanted and needed going in. So after my freshman year, I applied and got a position at the FACS program. So the FACS program, some of you may have heard of, some of you may have even attended before. But FACS, for those of you who don't know, is a before and after school program for FUSD. So there's a FACS program at every elementary school in the district. And so once I started at FACS, I started at Cromer Elementary, which is pretty far away. It's past the mall. And then after about a semester there, I started working at De Miguel Elementary School. And that is kind of where my passion really took off. I got promoted. I became the site manager. So I wasn't just working with students, but I was also working with families. I got to teach little lessons. I got to organize the staff. I got to make relationships, like I said, with the students and their families. I just got to do some really, really amazing things and got some really amazing experience working through them that I wouldn't change for anything. And during that time as well, I wanted to also become and participate at the college as well. So I joined a club. I eventually, after 2 years, became the president of that club. So at first it was called Future Teachers Club, and over the past 2 years I helped rebrand the club to Educators Rising. So it was really awesome to get to see this tiny little club that only met at NAU become a whole nationwide club that has different chapters in high schools, in colleges, across the whole United States. So it was really awesome to not only see that, but be a part of the actual transition. And both of these big experiences really helped lead to other ones. So through Educators Rising, I've been able to do so many amazing, incredible things, which I'm going to talk a little bit more about on the next slide. So one of those amazing things, like I was talking about, was that I was interviewed on a podcast, which is so cool. The podcast name is 3 Peas in a Pod, and it's by the Arizona K-12 Center. So without being a part of Educators Rising, without being the president of that club, I never would have been able to participate in anything like that. Along with 3 Peas in a Pod, I got to go to a Diamondbacks game for free and speak to high schoolers there. I also got to travel to Tucson and present in front of a bunch of high schoolers there about social media and how we can use that to really engage our students. And lastly, the most recent thing is the Arizona K-12 Center also has asked me to, they are running a year-long story on me and kind of following my journey as a first-year teacher in a pandemic. So each month an article gets released and it's kind of tracking my journey. So all of that is really amazing, and I never would have been able to do any of those things without my awesome club and being a part of that. And then in addition, another thing that I really learned and became really important to me was being an advocate. So this picture on the top left is from the Red for Ed movement that was about 2 years ago. And that is kind of really what jump-started not only my love for education, but my love for being an advocate and wanting what's best for other teachers and our students. Lastly is where I am now. So I would not be where I am now without all of the things I've done beforehand. So as of now, I am currently working at Coconino High School, believe it or not, as a full-time teacher. So I'm teaching Algebra 1 and Algebra 2, and I honestly never thought that my life would lead me back to high school. I never thought in a million years that that is what I would be teaching, but honestly, I am so grateful that it has, and I am so thankful to be a Panther. So thank you all so much for listening. To end, I really just want you to know and want you to believe that anything you do or want to do is possible. You just need to make sure that you're taking the right steps. So hopefully looking kind of at my progression, where I started and the steps I took to get where I'm at, will help you as well. Like I said, thank you so much again, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.